Now, Heartland Sports with Luke Randall.
Good evening. Now, high school football, it was awesome last night. We had so many great games on Heartland Football Friday. Jackson beating Ritter, Scott City and Chaffee teaming up to take down East Prairie, and of course Saxony Lutheran, their first ever varsity win. But today is Saturday, and Saturdays are for college football. It's the first week of the season proper, and I'm here just outside of Saluki Stadium, and man, it is a great atmosphere inside the stadium. SIU opening the season, hosting Thomas More early in this game, just in the second quarter, and it was 14-0. As you heard the little Heartland Sports jingle going into this, the last literally 25 seconds, SIU's added another touchdown. It is 21-0, and of course the Dogs are making an impact. DJ Williams is making an impact. Season-ending injury for the quarterback last year, only played 3 games because of it, and already he's thrown 2 touchdowns, and the one I got early in the game, he ran a touchdown in for the first Saluki score of this season. Now, of course, we've got so many more games going on right now. SEMO started off against Arkansas State. That is a back-and-forth game. Redhawks in a dangerous, or giving A-State a sense of dangerous scare, going up to an FBS opponent, trying to get it done. We got to keep an eye on that. Murray State currently trailing on the road at East Tennessee State.